guys, welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Got a question for you. Have you ever thought about, you know, the fact that, we all hustle to get at a dollar? Okay, we know that. And I believe in hustling for real in terms of you got to get out there and you got to do what you got to do. You got to work hard. You got to do things. You got to get it together because closed mouths don't get fed on the boulevard, as they say in the song. But have you ever considered having to hustle legitimately? Like, have you ever considered that maybe that the definition of hustling doesn't just apply to doing something that's kind of iffy or in the gray area? Have you ever tried to hustle to get out a dollar and do it legitimately? And the reason I ask this is because people are always willing to go out and do stuff to get what they need. But not everybody understands that you can do things legitimately. It doesn't always have to be something that's questionable or just going to get you in trouble or just going to cause you any unnecessary pain other than the pain of having to work. You know, every hustle is not illegal. Everything that you do to hustle doesn't have to be illegal. That doesn't have to be the criteria for getting somewhere. Now, okay, I will grant you some illegal things will pay off faster than others. It will get you where you need to go, maybe a little faster financially speaking. But it sets up so many other problems, man, that why would you want to do that when you could just get your ass up and go to work regularly and get a job and get your money legitimately and not have to be looking over your shoulder or worrying about whether you got to do somebody dirty. So, like I was saying, I mean, why do you have to do things illegally to get ahead, to get something done, to be forward? So, what if it takes a little bit longer because you have to go to work and, it's going to take you months to get ahead? There's some headaches that don't follow you because you're not hustling in the traditional sense of word. But honestly, let's question that. Hustling in the traditional sense of the word is wherever you are and whatever amounts that you do to have to get at a dollar. So whatever you do and whatever amounts, okay? And hustling also implies the path of least resistance. In other words, you got to hustle smart, not just hustle hard. You have to use your brain to be efficient about what you're getting. So let's take it back. Weigh the pros and the cons of what you're doing. Let's take an illegal activity. For lack of a better word, let's do drug dealing. Okay. All right. So you out here dealing these drugs, and you making $1 million a month. Okay, that's cool. Now, again, these figures are just made up figures because I don't know no cats that deal dope just making $1 million a month, but I'm sure they're out there. But if you ask that cat about what he's doing, there's going to be some definite downsides to what he's doing, especially if he's doing a lot of that work himself. He's got to look over his shoulder. You got to deal with the suppliers. You have to deal with the people that buy your product. You got to sell that product. You got customers that are going to drop off. Either they're going to go to a cheaper source or they're dying from overdoses or they get locked up because they're doing other questionable things. So your clientele is not necessarily built in for this product. You got to worry about the police. You got to worry about going to jail. You got to worry about causing problems with people that you love because this stuff affects everybody. It doesn't just affect the buyer and the seller. So if you start to weigh out those pros and cons, there's not a lot of pros other than the actual money that you make. The cons are much more prevalent, let's say. So now you got to think about the fact that, is it really worth what you're making? It sounds good in theory, but okay, you making $1 million a month, you buy yourself a beautiful car, you got a house, you got homes, you got all that stuff. But then when you get locked up, they take it from you, or somebody gets jealous and is hating on you and they shoot you down the street, possibly, or some other way that they get at you to cause you to lose what you have. Okay, Those are cons. You weigh that out. Okay, let's take hustling in the sense of the word that whatever amount you take it, you get that money, whatever amount it is. So what's wrong with going to work for it? You have a lot less cons in terms of what can happen to you that's bad versus the money. The con on the side of working legitimately is you may not make the money as fast. You may not make as much money depending on your skill set. But, well, you weigh it out. Some people are going to prefer that other lifestyle. Some people prefer that nice, safe, secure lifestyle. There are other ways to do the things you need to do, like investing or whatever else. But I guess I'm just trying to say that every hustle doesn't have to be illegal, guys. And there are legitimate hustles out there. And if you honor hustling in a strictest sense of the word, which is to get at a dollar by any means necessary and in any amounts as far as them racking up over time, you can hustle totally legit and not have to deal with all the problems. In the meantime, thanks for sharing my armchair. Send me some feedback, some comments. This one was kind of a little sleepy rant. I just want to throw that out there because I just was thinking about it. Because, again, I got people that I know that hustle to get out a dollar, and not all of them do it legitimately. But those that do have some pros, and those that don't have some cons. Have a great night.